Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Tuesday, June 4. John threatens to arrest Sonny. Drew's tough question for Carly. General Hospital. GH spoilers for Tuesday, June 4. Reveal that Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, will turn to Brooklyn Quartermain, Amanda Seton, for support as he prepares for Gregory Chase's Gregory Harrison Memorial. Chase will talk about the best way to pay tribute to his dad, so he may think looking out for Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton, is what Gregory would want most. Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Hurst, will try to be there for Finn as well, but she may offend him when she pushes him to admit he stole another drink. GH spoilers say Finn will ultimately reject Liz's help and continue his downward spiral later this week. In the meantime, John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington, will stop by the coffee warehouse and threaten to arrest Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bennard. Although John will insist he's going to love seeing Sonny behind bars once and for all, Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, will do her best to keep Sonny out of handcuffs. Sonny will ultimately confess something, but it obviously won't be about the hit on Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, since Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, was behind it. Instead, it may just be some dig at John that highlights his vendetta against Sonny. Anna Devon, Finola Hughes, just called the burner phone from the crime scene and heard Valentin pick up. So she was horrified over the news that Valentin must have been behind the latest threat to Jason's life. Although Anna probably won't mention Valentin by name to Jason, she may admit someone other than Sonny was on the other end of the line. Jason says that's what he needed to hear in Tuesday's preview video, so it sounds like he'll be relieved to know Sonny wasn't to blame. Over with Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson. He'll catch Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, off guard when he asks how she'd feel about the possibility of something. Drew may wonder how Carly would feel if Sonny ended up in prison, so she might be torn as she considers the pros and cons. General Hospital spoilers say Sonny will continue to land in some tricky situations thanks to Pikeman and his altered meds, so stick with us for more predictions on his story and updates on any curveballs ahead. In the small but bustling town of Port Charles, General Hospital continues to be the epicenter of intrigue, heartache, and unexpected twists. As the sun rises on Tuesday, June 4, the residents of this picturesque locale are about to face a day filled with tension, revelations, and the ever-present shadow of danger. At the Corinthos estate, the day begins with an ominous knock on the door. Sonny Corinthos, the town's notorious mob boss, opens it to find himself face-to-face with John, a stern-looking federal agent with an agenda. John's eyes are cold and unyielding, the kind that betray no hint of compromise. Sonny Corinthos, John begins, his voice devoid of warmth. I have a warrant for your arrest. Sonny, never one to back down, steps forward, his posture a mixture of defiance and readiness. On what charges, agent? John's gaze doesn't waver. Suspicion of racketeering and money laundering. You know as well as I do that your hands aren't clean, Corinthos. Meanwhile, at General Hospital, Carly Corinthos is dealing with her own turmoil. She's been through a whirlwind of emotions lately, especially with the return of Drew Kane. Drew has always had a complicated history with Carly, corners her in the hallway. His eyes, usually filled with kindness, now hold a mix of confusion and determination. Carly, we need to talk, Drew says, his voice barely masking the urgency he feels. Carly, trying to maintain her composure, nods. What is it, Drew? Drew takes a deep breath. I need to know the truth about Jason. Is he really dead? Carly's heart skips a beat. The mention of Jason Morgan, her once-upon-a-time love, and Sonny's right-hand man, stirs a deep sadness within her. She looks away, trying to gather her thoughts. I wish I could give you a definitive answer, Drew, she finally says. But the truth is, we don't know for sure. Jason disappeared, and we haven't heard anything since. Drew's frustration bubbles to the surface. That's not good enough, Carly. I need to know if he's out there. If he's still alive. Across town, in a modest apartment, Elizabeth Weber is dealing with her own set of troubles. Her son, Cameron, has been acting out lately, and she's at her wit's end. She's scheduled an appointment with Dr. Kevin Collins, hoping that he can provide some insight into Cameron's behavior. As she sits in Kevin's office, Elizabeth feels a mixture of hope and desperation. Dr. Collins, I don't know what to do anymore. Cameron is so angry all the time, and I can't seem to reach him. Kevin, ever the empathetic listener, nods thoughtfully. Elizabeth, I think Cameron is struggling with a lot of unresolved issues. Losing his father, dealing with Franco's death, and everything that's happened in between, it's a lot for a young man to process. Elizabeth's eyes well up with tears. I just want to help him. I don't want him to go down a dark path. Kevin leans forward, his expression serious yet compassionate. We'll work together to get Cameron the help he needs. It's going to take time, but he has a strong support system. He's not alone in this. Back at the Corinthos estate, things are heating up. Sonny and John are locked in a verbal sparring match, each man trying to assert dominance over the other. You think you can just waltz in here and take me down? Sonny growls. I've been through worse than you, agent. John's lips curl into a smirk. Maybe. But this time we have enough evidence to put you away for good. It's over, Corinthos. Sonny's eyes flash with a mixture of anger and resolve. We'll see about that. At the same time at General Hospital, Drew and Carly's conversation takes an unexpected turn. Carly, sensing Drew's desperation, decides to share something she's been holding back. There's something you should know, Drew, she says, her voice trembling slightly. Before Jason disappeared, he left me a message. He said if anything happened to him, I should look into Peter August. Drew's eyes widen in shock. Peter August? What does he have to do with Jason's disappearance? Carly shakes her head. I don't know. But Jason believed Peter was involved somehow. If we can find Peter, maybe we can find out what really happened to Jason. Drew's determination hardens into resolve. Then that's what we'll do. We'll find Peter August and get to the bottom of this. Meanwhile, at Kelly's diner, Maxie Jones is having a quiet breakfast with her son, James. She's been trying to keep a low profile, especially after the recent chaos in her life. But peace is a rare commodity in Port Charles. As she sips her coffee, Maxie can't shake the feeling that someone is watching her. She glances around the diner, her eyes landing on a man in a corner booth. He's staring at her intently, and she recognizes him immediately. It's Austin Gatlin Holt. Maxie's heart races. Austin has always been a wild card, and she's not sure what to expect from him. She stands up, deciding to confront him directly. Austin, she says, approaching his booth. What are you doing here? Austin looks up, his expression unreadable. I was hoping to talk to you, Maxie. There are things you need to know. Maxie's eyes narrow. What things? Austin leans forward, lowering his voice. It's about Peter August. He's not who you think he is. There are secrets about him that could change everything. Maxie's mind races with possibilities. What kind of secrets? Austin's gaze intensifies, the kind that could put everyone you love in danger. As the day unfolds in Port Charles, the stakes continue to rise. Sonny's battle with John threatens to upend his empire. Carly and Drew's quest for the truth about Jason leads them into a dangerous game. Elizabeth fights to save her son from his inner demons, and Maxie finds herself drawn into a web of intrigue that could have deadly consequences. In this town, secrets have a way of coming to light, and no one is ever truly safe. As Tuesday, June 4, draws to a close, the residents of Port Charles are left to wonder what new twists and turns their lives will take next. The drama at General Hospital is far from over, and the future is more uncertain than ever.